These are my recommendations based on your 4 favorites: The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me, Deep Red, and Blowout. You've seen more Dario Argento films than I have, so I was worried that you would have seen most of the movies I'd want to recommend. So I went a little overboard and I wrote down about 50 movies, and by the time I removed the ones that you had marked as watched, I was left with about 36 or 37. So the hardest part has been trying to narrow it down. And speaking of Dario Argento, my favorite thing about his movies is always the score. I went to see a bunch of his movies at IFC Center earlier this month, and it's been over 2 weeks and I'm still listening to the Tenebrae score on a daily basis. So I wanted to recommend a couple horror movies that have really good scores. So I'm going to start with David Robert Mitchell's 2014 film It Follows. I also love the score in Andrzej Żuławski's 1981 film Possession. This is also just one of my favorite films of all time. Speaking of my favorite films of all time, you have a David Lynch movie in your favorites. You haven't seen his 2001 film Mulholland Drive, which is in my top 10.